forget about resting stars on the road and forget about resting stars for nationally televised games. That seems like so passé now, even though it's 2 weeks old since the last time something like that happened, or 3 weeks old. Now we're seeing teams that have a shot at a 1 seed take a knee on it and then say that they're injured, which shows you why a fix is even more difficult to have, because the Cavs say that Kyrie and LeBron didn't play on Monday night in Miami because they were hurt. So they could say whatever they want, but none of this makes any sense if you're trying to sell a product over an 82-game season, Frank. What is happening in this day and age?
I don't think Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra care that LeBron didn't play in the 2 games in Miami, but I would think that fans who purposely bought tickets to watch LeBron play because he talks about himself as the best player in the world, and he is, and that's why people want to go see him play. So the people in Memphis and the people in Miami twice now, and there are people who just bought a ticket to see him play. And the worst part about it, too, is, I understand he's in uniform, so to speak, but it's so obnoxious when you're there on the bench and, you're joking around a little bit. I was saying the other day, Jerry West doesn't want to be the logo anymore, so everyone's trying to come up with what could be the new logo. Kobe Bryant, fadeaway jumper. What about LeBron sitting there with a coffee cup in his hand like he did in a game against the Clippers when he didn't want to play? And there's no way to police it, because the league, all the player has to say is, listen, my calf does hurt. Now, he was out dancing just hours earlier at some nightclub in Miami. Maybe that had something to do with it. But LeBron has played a lot of games. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve to sit and rest at some point, but it's the league is doing everything they can. They're trying to stretch out the season, give these guys more rest days, but it's almost like the genie is out of the bottle. And look what happened with the Warriors. After they all sat in that game against San Antonio, they rattled off 14 straight wins. I get it, they lost last night, so they're going to tell you, wait, don't tell us how to run our team. We know what we're doing. We rested for that game, and look what we've done now. We're getting ready for the playoffs, because all you're going to judge us on anyway is the playoffs and whether or not we win a championship.
So then how do we make the regular season great again? Hashtag MRSGA. I mean,
I'm bad at those things.
How do we, right?
Here's what I would do. These guys will show up. For most part, you'll get, if it's 15 guys on the roster, you'll get minimum 13 showing up in the city that they play in sometime in September. Are coaches allowed in there? No, but we all know that's happening. But the guys are going through workouts in September. By the time October rolls around, this isn't like the old days where guys had jobs during the off season. These guys are all in shape, ready to go. Play 2 darn preseason games, and this is where the owner's going to have to suck it up. You can't have them in your arena. Just play them somewhere in some college gym. You open the season a little bit earlier. You play 2 games a week for, say, the first 3 weeks, so that gives you practice time and rest. And I'm going to tell you something else. The players, for the most part, really don't care that much about back-to-back. They like when they're on the road, playing the game and playing the next night, and then having a bunch of days off. So I think if you started the season earlier, maybe have a couple more back-to-backs, then you have the built-in rest at the All-Star break. And then the first 4 days of the NCAA tournament, where no one is paying attention to the NBA, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, give the NBA off those days. So now you know that you have another built-in rest for 4 days. The players would rather have multiple days off as opposed to game, day off, game, day off. They like having a couple of days off, or maybe they could fly off somewhere and do something. That's what I would do, because I agree with you. It's so unfair to make the fans pay this crazy kind of money, and the players are basically telling you, why are you spending this money? The regular season doesn't mean anything.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.